Good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to Thanks Formed, where we give you a cup of positivity and a side of possibilities. Welcome, welcome. Today we're going to talk about 6 steps to understanding your potential and achieving more. I'm excited about this lesson today. So come on in. Make sure you grab your favorite beverage. Make sure you get your pen and your pad or your notebook so that we can be able to take some awesome notes. Hi, Lauren. I'm so glad you can be here. Awesome. And I want to thank you all for all the amazing, beautiful birthday wishes. I had an amazing birthday yesterday, and it was really special and amazing because I got to rest. I took the day off. and I very much appreciate it. The love was just made my heart smile all day. I thank you so much for that. So let's get into the lesson today. I am so excited about this. I'm gonna be teasing a little bit about what I'm teaching in our next coaching session. It's gonna be awesome in the next 6 weeks. So just a little bit about, we're setting up goals and the new year's coming in, and really like where do you start with your vision board? Where do you start with planning? And the real thing is that we have to first start with understanding our potential, right? Understanding who we are. And I have one of the great books I've read. Oh, I love him, Miles Monroe, Understanding Your Potential. Okay. So this book here, oh, so many nuggets in this book, so many nuggets in that book. And I want to share with you a couple of things that I quoted him on. And just this book was just, I'm really thinking of going over it again. That's how good it was. A lot of things there really helped me put things into perspective. One thing that Dr. Miles Monroe says is, I love this one here. He says, people generally fall into one or three groups. And this is going to be good help for us here today. The few who make things happen, the many who watch things happen, and the overwhelming majority who have no notion of what's happening. I love that he says that. Every person is either a creator, a fact, or a creature of circumstance. He either puts color into his environment or, like a chameleon, I talk about this all the time. I love this. Like a chameleon takes color from his environment. That is what one of the quotes Dr. Miles Monroe says in his books. And the next one he says, I love this one too. He says, you must decide if you are going to rob the world or bless it with the rich, valuable, potent, untapped resource locked away within you. My God. You got to get the book. You really got to get the book. The book is amazing. Those are just some quotes that I got from the book. And in reality, this book really made me think about so many things about potential. And I've heard it before a lot of times. I remember Les Brown saying about talent going into the grave, that the cemetery was the richest place that there was, because there was books that were not written, plans that were never taken into account, just so much raw talent that people die with dreams and ideas. So the whole thing about it is we're not doing that. Not over here on Thanks Formed. No, we're not doing that. One of the things I always go back to, and especially in the Bible, the parable of the talents. Now, that really made me look at it a whole different way, and it was scary because it's not that God is asking you to do something that He hasn't already put in you. And when I found that out for myself, that revelation about when you don't believe in yourself and you don't believe in your talent, or you don't prune your talent and go and start discovering, understanding your potential and really start mapping it out to produce it, it's disrespectful and it's disobedience to God. And when I got that, I was like, oh no, we got to get to work, because I can't do that. I just can't. And in the parable, it talks about him giving talents, the master giving talents to three different servants, and each servant did something with the talent. The the first Hi. The first one took the talent and multiplied it, right, by 10. The other one multiplied it by 2, and the other one actually buried it because he was afraid, right? And I got to thinking about how many of us do that. How many of us have the talent and we're so afraid, and so we just hide it and bury it. So whether it doesn't matter whether you're applying for college coming up, whether you're choosing a new career, if you're in the middle of a midlife crisis, you're going into entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you're doing, you got to stop and ask yourself this huge question: what am I capable of doing? Like, what is it that I have been doing? What are my talents? What are my gifts? And just really just ask yourself what it is that you've been doing all this time, and you guarantee to find and see what kind of talents you have hidden that you haven't really even looked at. You know, it's just amazing to me when you really look for your talent and you really look at the things. I did it myself last year. Pastor had us do an exercise and we looked at our past and who we were from when we were in high school. You know that even the sports that you chose to play in high school identifies who what your talents are. Even the clubs that you joined in high school, the activities you did, your jobs that you found yourself doing or volunteering. It's just so many things. If we go back and see, we've been doing our talent and we've been doing what we were born to do for a long time. But now to be able to understand it and discover it and really like be intentional about looking for it, it's gonna blow your mind. It is a whole different ball game. Like really it is. We're told there's some hidden talents, deep inside of us. We'll be saving for one day, maybe. But you know what? There's no time to waste. Wasting your time in finding your talent instead of spending that energy in building your potential. That's what I want to hit. See, there's a difference between talent and potential. Potential, it's something that's already inside of you that you just got to cultivate it. That's all it is. And you don't got to waste time looking out there somewhere to find it. It's already inside of you. So if you can understand your potential, guess what? Success going to be knocking right at your doorstep. Let's just do a little digging. That's it. A little digging. It'll be well worth it. Trust and believe. So, what is a personal potential? Maybe you don't look for your potential because you may be confusing it with talent or you don't know. So, before understanding your potential, you need to know first what personal potential really means. It's a high chance that you have the wrong definition in mind. I guarantee you, as I know I did. It's not your fault. It's because of how most people think. How most people think of it, how it's been presented to us, right? When people generally tell you that you're naturally gifted with a personal potential, your true potential is supposed to be an activity that you can do amazingly well with minimum effort. That's your potential. So that's where we're going to start looking. Because with this perspective, you're always in search of a hobby that you think you're good at. You keep looking for the unknown nature's gift. And no, it's what you don't know is that personal potential has more to do with you, your mental strength. That's why we do that. We talk about that in Thanks Form with the thought process, okay? Your mental strength, that your so called gift. No, it's a mental strength. It's anything that you wish to be, it's inside of you. Even if others say that, your fashion sense, let's say someone who likes to dress and is in the fashion industry, somebody else on the outside looking in may say that, oh wow, your fashion is like crazy, or that's, but it's your talent. It's your ability to put patterns and colors together and make it look good that other people can't do. And then you rock it really well. So what you really need, I know you guys don't like to hear this and it sounds hard, but it's not. We have it biblically, we have self-control. When what the world calls willpower, it's self-control, and we already have it. The Bible says so. Okay, we already have it. It's already a fruit in the spirit. We just got to cultivate it. It's a fruit, meaning we have the seed and we have the ability to feed the seed. Come on now. I'm teaching. We have the ability to feed the seed so that it can bear fruit. So we already have self control. Okay. With your courage and your firm intention, you can achieve whatever personal potential you want. You really need to believe that, because if you don't believe it, then it's just, we can't do nothing about it. So the key the key is to understanding your potential instead of forcing something on yourself. Just because someone you know has managed to pull it off, someone is doing it that way, or for my case, some people would tell me, "Oh, you'd be really good at this, or you'd be really great at mine," and people want to pull you towards their team or pull you towards their business because they want to take from your oil, you know how to find your potential for yourself, right? The personal, that's why it's called personal. The personal potential is all about hard work and strategy. Here are my 6 steps. You guys ready? This is when you get your pen and paper ready. Here are my six steps. I'm gonna go through it for you. This is so good because when you get this, no one's gonna ever be able to morph you into what they want you to be. No one's gonna be able to ascribe to you a profession, a personality, a career, nothing. When you identify, this is number one, identify your inner voice. Here, connection with here. Okay, if you identify your inner voice, first step towards success is to listen to yourself. Bear in mind that you're not looking for your potential here, but only figuring out what you truly want in life. You're not looking for your potential. Your potential is inside of you already. You're just looking at what you really want. Your potential is ultimately what you work for. Okay? I want you to really get that. Work on the things that you desire, and you must, if you guys don't get nothing else from me, you really must enjoy the process, because you can't fight the process. I say that all the time. Another book, Archbishop Duncan Williams, Don't Fight the Process. But in reality, we got to enjoy the process. You can't fight the process and be miserable and think that you're only going to be happy once you so-called get successful. I have news flash for you all. There's nowhere to get to. It's not a place. Being successful happens when you enjoy and love the process and the growth and the breakthroughs every single day that you have, and you see yourself, you really see yourself being transformed. You really see yourself renewing your mind and being aware and discovering blind spots. That's what we do in Thanks Form. That's what we do. We show you those blind spots. We show you those thoughts, the old thought habits that we used to have that are not servicing us, and then we show you new thought process, new habits, and then you become aware. So you really learn how to listen to your inner voice. So that's number one. And I want to take my time, but I do want to be time. It's just so hard. This is why the one-on-one coaching is so important with the group, because we have more time and we get to really degloss these things. So number two is make conscious effort. Make conscious effort. That need I say more? Once you've planned, there you go. Once you plan a suitable final destination, it's time to make the effort. The vision boards, we plan it, we do it, but then we got to do the work. Okay, it doesn't matter that your potential will not come just like pie in the sky and just fall on your lap. It's inside of us already, but we got to understand it. Understanding the potential requires conscious effort, the right direction. It won't just click one day randomly. Oop, I got all the answers. No, you really must start experimenting, learning, reading. This book is fire, y'all. I'm telling you. Can you guys see that? Understanding your potential. This is I love this book because it's not just a read, it's actually a workbook at the end as well. So you really learn while you read, and you actually do the things, because there's nothing better than really practicing it instead of just trying to just stick a bunch of information. That's why we really focus on transformative learning, so that we can always have access, ongoing access to breakthroughs. So number three, I'm going to skip a little bit here, running out of time. Number three is define your goals. Smart goals. You guys can Google that. Smart goals definitely plays an important role. Is smart goals. You got to have smart goals. Just Google it. The acronym will break down for you, but it's really important to have SMART goals. You can have dreams and wishes, but a goal is different. And really, not only having the goals, I like to put in there is having a system in place, right? I want to put that and and very clear. Goals are nothing. I'm telling you once again, I don't care what nobody says. Goals are nothing without a system in place to get you to your goal. You can put a goal, right? And you can have 10 people go after the same goal and one person make it. Okay. And the goal is the same for everybody. But what was the difference between that one person that met it is that they actually set themselves systems in place. So yes, we'll have a goal as a bullseye, but the way to do it is to put a system in place. And then number 4 is setting the milestones. That's the system. Setting the milestones. And not only set the milestones, all right, one mistake that a lot of people make in hopes of understanding their potential is aiming for the stars in the first goal. You know, they set your mind on a big picture, and I get it. I've been there. I have visions and dreams and this huge idea that God has given me, and I'm like, whoa. But you know what? That's okay. If you break it down and you set those milestones and you'll be able to say, okay, well, in this 3 months, I'm going to do this. Yes, the long term goal is over here, maybe for the end of the year. But that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to discuss that in the coaching program too, how to set the whole year up powerfully, but, taking it 90 days at a time. No, when you do your first milestone, first, when you set milestones, you try to break down the long term process, right? Little segments, little by little. If you're passionate about developing an advertising agency, just that, or sales business, anything that is, you don't put all your focus on the final picture. You first one milestone, you enroll your first customer, your first client, you build a relationship, and a lot of times we are our worst enemies because we want everything to happen fast. We see people on the stage and they really they sell you the dream of that it's possible, but they really don't tell you what blood, sweat, and tears that they had to give to make that a reality. And then we don't look at that, and we don't want to put in the work, and we don't want to. I'd rather put in the 5 years work effort of doing it the right way than taking my time with 8, 10 years of just trying to figure it out, not having a plan, which is I did that 8 years ago. For 8 years, just spit into the ocean and hoping I got something. No, I have gotten further in 5 months than I have in 8 years using the system, using the steps that I've created with the six steps and thanks formed. Okay, and so much other things. And then number 5, accept failures. This is huge. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish I had more time. Accepting failures is huge. This was a big breakthrough for me. Huge breakthrough. When I was able to distinguish, and distinguishing things are so important when you're able to take them out of your head and put them on two different worlds, and knowing, okay, this is what I failed what I failed in as an action, and this is over here is actually the stuff that failed. And when you're able to come into two different levels of knowing that you can accept the failure because the failure doesn't define you, you can take yourself out the equation and just look at the failure itself and say what's missing. I know that sounded like a lot, but I want you to try to understand what I'm saying. Real key important. Simple. Michael Jordan, the best player in the world, he was doing his thing. He wasn't worried about anything. He didn't have to be worried about. He was winning all the time. Okay, but he was able. Hi, Esther. He was able to take a moment to look back and see what was missing, not what was wrong. A lot of times when we fail in actions in life, we want to blame ourselves and attack ourselves, and we immediately want to shut down and say, oh, is something wrong with me? I can't do this. Stop it. Because that's what you're doing is you're discouraging yourself, and that's a distraction from the goal. If it failed, all you got to do is look at the failure and see what's missing. You look at the failure and you see what's missing, and you try again. That's what kids do. That's what kids do when they don't get frustrated and say and they give up. They be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go again," and they keep going until they get it. And then when they get it, they do what? Number six, celebrate your success. That's it. I don't care how little the success is. This week, today's Friday, Wednesday, when I weighed in, listen, Linda, them 2% body fat that I lost, hello, that 2 years that I got down, because I'm celebrating that. I don't want it back. And if you can't celebrate it, that means you want it back. So 2 pounds is 2 pounds. 2 years is 2 years. We're celebrating that because it adds up. And then you build on that celebration. You're able to build on that momentum, and that's gonna catapult you to reaching your goals even faster because you're running on those fumes of really being able to know that you did it because you did that little milestone. Something as easy as creating my email list and a funnel and just little things that in the beginning I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this, and I was like so stuck in my head. And being able to be thanks formed and being able to have the different mindset and having a coach, I was like, okay, I overcame. When I overcame that, and it's funny because now I do it like nothing. Now I'm able to just boom, go in there and fix it and do it and play and change with it. And now I'm like, ooh, I could do this. It makes you feel so much better when you are able to overcome that fear and that accomplishment. So I really want to encourage you. My time is up. I gave you guys the 6 steps that I wanted to give you of understanding your potential. I hope you were taking notes. I hope that it was helpful. If this is the first time that you're joining me on this live, I want to acknowledge you. Put a 1 in the chat so I can acknowledge you. Let me know where you're from. If you catch me on a replay, you're still going to get the knowledge from it. I want to still acknowledge you. I always go back in my comments. So hashtag replay. If you found value in this video, like it, share it, tag someone. Please share. Don't be stingy and keep it to yourself. And then also, final call is I am closing the doors to Thanks Formed coaching that we're doing starting on the 23rd. The doors are closed tomorrow by noon. If you want to still take advantage of that $47, yes, $47 for 6 sessions of coaching. That's less than $8 a session. Okay, you get a 1 hour small group. I'm only keeping it to 4 people in a group, and I'm only giving this out for 12 people. And then after that, we start on the 23rd at 7 p.m. And then after that, you're still able to join. It just the price gets a little bit more than the 47 because that was a gift that I was given for the first 12 people that signed up. But nonetheless, you're still going to get much value, and it's going to be $97 to join. But you're going to get a bonus. Gonna get a bonus. I'm doing a vision board bonus, and the ones that signed up, don't worry about it. You guys got the bonus too. So don't think I cheated you. You all get a bonus, definitely, for coming on to this session. I'm excited to get started. We're going to go through the whole acronym of thanks. We're going to go through the process of our thoughts, our habits, our actions, the nutrition, right? Because some of us are into the fitness now, the health and wellness. We got the goals to lose weight or be more healthy next year. We're going to talk about that, knowledge and spirituality, how to get closer to the divine connection to the creator. So just want to make sure that you know that whatever you have going on in your life, you will be thanks formed in any area of those 6 steps. If any area in your life you follow those 6 steps, you will have a breakthrough. So come on board because it's transformation station and our destination is breakthrough. Message me, private message me so you can get your payment over, and let's go. Let's grow together for this new year. And there's a money back guarantee. If you're not transformed with the 6 sessions of of being thanks formed, get your money back. It's less than $8 a session, and I'm only doing this once. So you already know Saturday, which is tomorrow, 12 noon, the doors close to that session. But you can always be welcome to hop on the next train because we're doing this. The Transformation Station is alive and in living color. It is a station that you are gonna want to get on board and make sure that you get to your destination breakthrough. Mwah! Love you guys. Shalom.